we're not the only ones impacted by the freezing temperatures. Our pets also have to deal with the cold conditions. And for more on how to keep them safe, we're joined by Dr. Linda Jacobson with the Toronto Humane Society. Thanks for joining us, Doctor. A very important discussion because let's face it, at some point, the dogs are going to need to maybe get outside, go for maybe a little walk. But what are some of the tips for dog owners, especially what to keep an eye out for when going for a walk and your pets are in these cold conditions?
Well, I have to say I was out with my little dog a little while ago, and it's really cold. So a lot of it's just common sense. You need to make sure that they're as warm as you can get them before you take them out. They should have some kind of cover on their feet to protect them from the cold and the salt, and then just keep them out for as short a time as possible.
Also, when returning, obviously, because the dogs are walking around, maybe some dog owners don't have those booties that I'm sure the dogs just love to wear. Sometimes the salt gets stuck in those paws, and it's important to wipe them down. Why is that important? What do people need to know about that?
The salt can really kind of crack and injure their paws sort of in between the toes or on the pads. So whether or not they have the booties, it's always a good idea when you come inside, you have a towel ready, wipe them down wherever they're wet, get the snow off them. And then if they don't have booties, just go in between the toes, make sure there's nothing there, feel with your fingers.
I can imagine that, depending on what kind of dog you have, will determine maybe how long that walk will be. Maybe a big, hairy St. Bernard could maybe go a little bit longer than a little Chihuahua. Yeah. Just in terms of length of time for these walks, I'm guessing obviously keep them brief, but what should people really need to know in terms of, some of the other dangers related to this cold temperatures?
So it varies dog to dog. The smaller they are, the thinner their hair coat, the shorter the time should be that they're out. If you've got a husky that's a healthy 5-year-old and they want to play a little bit in the snow, you can give them a little bit of time, but I would really limit it in this weather. What you're looking for is really a dog shivering, slowing down, looking like they want to come home. Those are the main signs. In an extreme situation, they might be pale, disoriented, and so on, and then you've got into hypothermia, which is a whole different ballgame.
Some of the other advice I heard recently was when it comes to those little dog booties, which, let's face it, a lot of the dogs don't like wearing them. Some of the advice was to do it all year round, so that it's not just such a big adjustment for the dog when it comes to time to wear them when they go out in these cold conditions.
It may depend on the dog. My dog never likes her booties. Not how used to them she is, but she kind of knows she's going to have to put up with that so that she can go outside. It's always good with anything a dog doesn't love to pair that with something really positive, like a treat, so that they really associate it with something good and it's not something that's forced on them every time.
Well, we hope everyone stays safe, including our four-legged friends, Dr. Linda Jacobson with the Toronto Humane Society. Thanks for joining us.